I know Fort Worth, I sit out there and I walk behind them old chutes, and there's a lot of other people that their belt buckle rubbed across that top rail as they was, pulling bull ropes or helping other guys out. But right whenever I get to the event, I like to get by myself, kind of clear my head, breathe. I like to see the arena, see the light, see what I'm working with, and things like that gets you in the environment and starts getting your heart to pump a little harder than normal. I like to get there and just kind of be to myself and feel all that feeling of, history before everybody else is there, fans and TV crew, things like that. I like to see an empty stadium before I like to see the people in it.
We was in Grand Saline, Texas at a bull riding. It was a open bull riding. This man come walking up with this little old bitty boy, he stood, a little over 3 feet probably then. His daddy enters him up in the bull riding, and he drew one of Kevin Loudermy's best bulls at the time going, And we're talking about a bull that weighed 1750, 1800, and sure enough, bad cat. And his daddy said, well, he's going to get on him, and he's going to try him. And I don't remember whether he won the rodeo or not, but he stuck it on the bull, his rankle bull that was there that day out of about 50 bulls. He stuck it on him like he'd been doing it all his life. And I guess we've been friends ever since. He started coming to our bull riding ministry and riding every week, and grew into being the man he is today, which is a pretty impressive person to us. And,
No, he ain't.
He's retired. He just come out for this. And he wanted to come to the pen. Usually he'll be right there.
Bucky.
That's all I've ever wanted to do in my life since I was a little bitty boy. That's all I ever thought. I had a rope in my hand or was watching a rodeo or something, and it wasn't as accessible back then as it is now, but I know my grandson has grown up the same way. That was the first words out of his mouth was bull riding or bulls, looking out the back window of the house, and that's all he's ever wanted. So I guess you're born into it, it's not something you really acquire, I think. And once you get into it, it's hard to get out. I'm 56 years old and have been thinking about retiring and haven't figured out a way to do it yet without breaking my heart, I think. So.
I gotta support my family. So whenever I show up, I gotta show up, like I say, 100% thinking I'm gonna win and being dedicated. Otherwise, I'm not just wasting my time, I'm wasting my family's time and everybody else that, showed up to support me. Actually, we take all our food that we got from hunting that year, like our deer meat, all that, and that's what we eat all summer. Put it in that RV.
It's just hard to see your husband go and not come back for a couple of days.
It's really a mental game as far as scheduling and planning and all that, and not just showing up and rodeoing.
It's just kind of a way of living for us.
The closest way I could describe rodeo is how it gets into your system is almost like a drug, once you get it in your blood and start doing it, there's no getting rid of it. A lot of people have mental breakdowns when it's time to quit and retire. They don't know what to do. It's something you've dedicated your whole life for up to that point, and when you're done with the sport, really the sport's done with you.
I cannot imagine Aaron doing anything else other than bull riding. As long as he has the right mindset and he's keeping positive up here, he could be any bull out there.
If the bull's a little bit easier, it's just, like a bicycle ride. You just kind of follow the bull around out there. But whenever you get on the better bulls, things become more of a reaction than it. He makes his move, you make your move, and 8 seconds goes by pretty quick. Everything's going on crazy around you. You could hear, people hollering and people cheering you on.
He does this because he thoroughly enjoys being a champion, honestly.
It gets a little hectic out there sometimes, but other times it's like a walk in the park.
So there's a plan coming in.
The plan is to win. That's always the number one plan. Plan B is survive. You do what you do to survive.